Tyrone Bowman live. This is a follow-up to a story I did a couple weeks ago about a Florida missing teen who seemingly vanished without a trace. Well, according to DailMail, and I'm going to show you the photo in a minute, a body has been found in search for a Florida teen who mysteriously vanished after sending a two-word text to his mom. The young man is an 18-year-old African American, a black young man. Something does not set well with the story that I'm about to read. Authorities in Florida have found the body of missing North Carolina teen Giovanni Pelletier, who was 18, in a tragic end to the week-long search for the teen. His decomposing remains were found in a retention pond off I-75 and State Road 70 on Friday. According to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, the body was formally identified on Saturday afternoon. The area where he was found had been searched by authorities on the first day of search efforts, but the body was ultimately located by a private investigation group hired by the Pelletier family. So here's a photo of the young teen. Now, how did the original search team miss the body that a private investigator found in the same exact location? So sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, you have to question things that appear not to be what they appear to be. Whether folks like it or not, whether they want to hear it or not, doesn't matter with me, because I'm going to address it anyway. Because had this been a person of a different persuasion, the search would have continued endlessly until that individual had been found. The area he was found had been searched by authorities on the first day of search efforts. The body was ultimately located by a private investigation group hired by the Pelletier family. Authorities said positive identification is pending. Further testing and an autopsy is scheduled for Sunday, reports Gulf Coast News. Or how about this? The young man was murdered. Point blank and simple. How did he come from North Carolina to Florida and then seemingly vanish without a trace? It's not adding up. It doesn't pass the smell test. Giovanni vanished on Friday, August 1, while visiting Florida with his mother, Bridget Pelletier, her fiance, and his 4 siblings. Before leaving Raleigh, North Carolina, he had arranged via text with paternal relatives to pick him up in Inglewood, Florida, and take him to his grandfather's home in Brevard County, more than 3 hours away. Bridget said she was hesitant to let her son travel alone, but wanted to support his wish to reconnect with family. But within 30 minutes of being picked up, Giovanni sent her a chilling message. Quote, "Mom, help," end quote. So here's another photo of Giovanni Pelletier, who's 18, was found on this past Saturday. You just keep on commenting in the comment section. I'll deal with your behind in a minute. Stay right there. So as I said, something doesn't quite pass the smell test. This is an outright murder that took place. They're going to try to cover it up. They're going to try to whitewash it. They're going to pretend that this is an isolated thing that occurred. Are you kidding? Down in Florida? down in one of the most racist counties that there is. People must think that black people are stupid. During the civil rights movement, Florida was extremely notorious for the race riots and everything else that occurred down in that area. According to Bridget, Giovanni's paternal grandfather later left her a voicemail alleging that there had been an altercation and that the teen's cousins had left him on the side of the road in Branton, Manatee County. See what I mean? Grandpa knows what happened. The cousins know what happened, but they're trying to cover it up. He had been in the car with his cousins on his father's side when he suddenly began to act erratically before exiting the vehicle and walking away near SR 70, the sheriff's office said. Giovanni's phone and backpack were abandoned on the side of the highway, leaving his family devastated and without answers to his whereabouts. His mom, Bridget, who was 34, told people that she saw the chilling text messages when she woke up at around 6:20 a.m. Hours after he had texted around 2 a.m., he had also tried to FaceTime her. The teen had also texted his aunt and father asking for help when his mom didn't reply. Let me talk to you parents for a minute. You need to stop thinking that your child is playing games every time they text you or try to FaceTime you. Nothing should have been more important than making sure that the whereabouts and the safety of your son was top priority. He should not have been alone to begin with, especially in a day and age like this. So there is foul play here. There's some serious foul play. As I said, Grandpa knows and his cousins know exactly what happened. It's time to haul their behinds into the police station and put them under intense, fierce interrogation rather. They need to be interrogated. Somebody has to provide the answers. Bridget said, his mother, she also received a missed call from one of Giovanni's cousins who was in the car with him when he vanished. Quote, he only called me that one time, she said, and then no effort was made to communicate with me. No effort was made to come back to the house to let me know. The family launched a GoFundMe to raise money for reward and resources for the search. Hours after his body was identified on Saturday, his mother posted a statement to social media. Quote, my son was recently found after a desperate search by our family alone, and we are still facing an active investigation into his death. I am living every parent's worst nightmare, trying to find the strength to give him the goodbye he deserves. Any funds raised now will provide crucial support to cover funeral, medical, and legal costs as we struggle to honor his memory through this unimaginable heartbreak, close quote. Some nice photos of him, of Giovanni and his mother, Bridget. This is a heartbreaking story to even have for me to read here. Bridget told how Giovanni was from North Carolina, but was visiting his dad's side of the family in Florida. His parents were never married. He was born in Florida and lived there until he was 4 years old. When he turned 18, Bridget said he wanted to get to know his father's family. He was craving the culture and the background from his dad's side of the family, and I couldn't give that to him, she said. Bridget added that there had been little communication with Giovanni's relatives and that they hadn't helped them look for her son. They didn't offer any help to try to find her son. Oh yeah, it's time to get them all under intense interrogation. After he disappeared, she said his paternal grandfather left her a message that there was an altercation on the side of the road between the cousins and to let him know when I found Giovanni. Grandpa knows what happened. Arrest Grandpa and arrest the cousins on suspicion. Interrogate them and get the truth so that his mother cannot continue to grieve not knowing what happened to her son. He didn't vanish without a trace. He didn't vanish in thin air. Some bodies, quote unquote, know exactly what happened to Giovanni. Bridget said that one of Giovanni's cousins told her that they were smoking marijuana and he started to panic. So here you go. The plot thickens. The cousin claimed Giovanni pulled out a knife on the side of the road, which Bridget said was unlike her son. The plot gets even more thicker here. Giovanni's aunt Desiree shared on Facebook that he was with 3 boys when he disappeared, whom he had never met in person. Desiree posted a video on social media pleading for the public's help and dismissing theories that her nephew was a runaway. All right. Giovanni is smart, kind, and full of life. He didn't deserve this, the description read. Our family is devastated, terrified, and doing everything in our power to bring him home. But we're receiving very little help from officials, and we are being forced to search on our own. So the police really didn't want to deal with it. A random black kid, random killing. But yet, Grandpa, the cousins, now they want to make up a story that Giovanni was allegedly with 3 people that he did not know. I'm a law student. I can poke holes in that theory. Grandpa is covering up. The cousins are lying. They know exactly what happened. And as this story continues to unfold, you're going to find out, and I'm going to find out exactly what went wrong and why. They can run, but they can't hide. And on this program, I don't care what color you are. If you're out here committing crimes, I'm going to talk about it. I don't care about race, ethnicity, culture. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And this right here is wrong. So I hope and pray that justice will be served with this case, and that Giovanni's killers will be brought to justice. Now let me go to the comment section here for a minute. The question is, can you read with your ignorant ass? Is that plain enough for you? Can your ignorant ass read? Can you write? Can you articulate a sentence? If you come over here in the comment section and you think you're just gonna sprout off things, not going to respond, you got the wrong guy on the wrong day. This is one black man that ain't taking no shit off of nobody, and that's as plain as I can make it. I'm not from my parents' and grandparents' generation. I'm from this generation now. Never surrender, never quit.